Doesn't that gull sound beautiful? Good morning, folks. Welcome to Ontario on this absolutely beautiful July morning. We're here at our camp, which is about 100 kilometers north of our farm, on our little piece of paradise. And today we've got an awesome project we're going to start. We're going to build a 12 by 12 deck here. Now our cottage faces the lake, so it has a south-southwest view. And that view is wonderful in the mornings. We love to start our days with coffee on the deck. We love to have lunch on the deck. But by mid-afternoon, it's in full sun, and it gets a little warm, to say the least. So quite often we'll drag chairs out here and sit and eat supper out here, or even during the afternoon, just come and sit out here on a Sunday afternoon. It's beautiful. So we've decided to build a deck. Now we're going to put this deck up, and we're going to set it on these cottage pads, and then we're going to put deck blocks on top of the cottage pads. So the first job I'm going to do is I'm going to place 9 of those pads and deck blocks to support this deck. And as my father-in-law Poppy would have said, I hope you had your Wheaties this morning, because there's a lot of gravity in that concrete. Oh, look at those roots. Oh. I've taken out all the roots. Now we're going to tamp it down. I wish I could put that cottage pad flush with the surface of the ground, but there's about a 4-inch rise over 12 feet to where we're going to have the other one, and then the deck would just about be on the ground. We need some air movement underneath it to stop it from decaying. And check out my tamper. I took a 12-pound sledge, and then I tacked on a piece of 1/2-inch plate on the end. It's perfect. Now we have to just make sure it's in the right place. I'm going to go to get a level and make sure it's sitting level as well. There's a neighbor going up the lake right now. It's so nice to see people out having fun on this beautiful day. Well, let's check the level. We're about a 1/16 proud on this side. And it's perfect this way. So that means it's perfect. So now I'm going to make sure that this edge is parallel to the cottage, because this point here is going to be the benchmark for all the other stones that I have to put in place. And I'm going to eyeball it and say it needs to be twisted just a little bit. So I'll put a straight edge along here, and I'll measure to the deck in 2 places, and we'll just make sure it's even. Oh, there's the sweetest breeze blowing through here. I'm in the shade, and I'm sure you can hear those birds. This is wonderful. Well, this deck board here is parallel to the cottage, and as you can see, the cottage pad is parallel to the deck board. That means it's in place. Now I'm going to use that corner, I guess that would be the southwest corner of this pad, to reference all the other measurements to put the other pads in place. Ah, that's perfect. Oh, I love that laser level. Well, I'm going to put all the deck blocks on next, and once I'm confident everything is lined up, then I'm going to fill around these cottage pads and make it look a little nicer. Oh, that's looking good. And I'm happy that's the last one. Oh, it's so nice to make progress. That is looking good. Now we'll lay out some joists. Morning, folks. It's so good to have a little bit of time to come out here and work on the deck. You gotta love it. Beautiful breeze, a little bit of gray to the sky. We're gonna get some rain again tonight. Overall, it's another beautiful day. So So I got 2 rim joists pulled out. I'm going to take 2 inches off so that the deck boards have a 1-inch overhang on each side. And then I'm going to lay out for the joists and we'll start putting her together. You know, it's kind of neat. We're off grid. I'm going to run a skill saw, an old 8 1/4 inch skill Super Duty, off our solar system using the energy of the sun. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to give her a little dab of end cut, seal up that end. Time to build a box. There we go. All that's left now is to fill the box. Well folks, that's all we're going to accomplish on the deck for today. We're out of lumber, so we need to make a material order. And this afternoon I had a dear friend phone up and say, hey, I'm going to be in the area pricing a job. Do you need a hand? So I said I didn't need a hand, but I'd love to have a cup of tea. And he brought over a dozen artisan butter tarts, baked locally. And my wife was laughing. She asked if we ate the whole dozen. We didn't. We only had 2 apiece. So I'm going to put together a list of materials to do some more work. I'll place the order and we'll be back here next week and we'll get a little more done. Thanks folks. Talk to you later.